Only reason I buy Bitcoin is I don't trust my government. I don't trust the Federal Reserve Bank. I don't trust the Treasury. I don't trust basement Biden, and I don't trust the stock market. Now, if you trust all four of them, have a good life. I have gold, silver, Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is a bet against the government. I'll say this one more time. If you study Marx, a central bank is essential to communism. That's the Fed. It's the third central bank we've had. It came into existence in 1913. In 1913, the Fed was created, so was the tax department in 1913. Oh, coincidence. The average guy has no idea that happened. The other thing about Bitcoin is my basis is $7,000. Always remember your profit is made when you buy, not when you sell. Would I recommend it at 40? No. But at 6, I would.
So you just wait for it to crash?
Of course. Buy low, sell high. But I never sell. I borrow out. You see, if I'm trying to think tax law, English common law, and Amsterdam was corporate law. So what happens is, let me give the same example. I buy Bitcoin or a property at $1 million, property understand. It goes up to 10. I'll borrow it at 5. That fell $5 million. I still have the property. I haven't sold it. I have no taxable event because I didn't sell it. So that $5 million is tax-free because it's debt. You see, debt is the key. And guys, oh, I live debt-free. I mean, you're a stupid monkey. That's what it means. You've just been a puppet on a string taught by school teachers and financial planners and all these guys who know nothing about money. I don't give financial advice because that gets me in more trouble. I just tell people what I do. I own gold mines that I took public. So, oh, you have stocks. I said, yeah, they're my stocks, idiot. I own silver mines. I don't trust frickin' Chinese. I mean, because my gold mine in China, they took $1 billion gold mine. I was a billionaire for about a year. And the Chinese said, oh, thank you very much. But that's why I know about the Uyghurs and all this stuff. They have the Belt and One Road project. You know, my friends in Hong Kong, they think that COVID came about because they wanted to find a way to stop the Hong Kong riots.
Really?
I mean, those are all opinions, but I can't really prove all that stuff. I just would rather have the gold than the gold mine now. You know, and I've owned silver mines in Argentina. I made fortunes off of that stuff. But my stock, I take companies public. I don't buy stocks. Now that takes education that you don't get in school. But my best thing, I say to young people is this: you have the most powerful tool ever created for an entrepreneur. It's called an iPhone, or what the Korean version of it. You have the most powerful tool, but it can also be used against you if you're not educated. See, if you believe all that stuff on your phone, I think one of the biggest things that goes against a school teacher is YouTube. You know, I find the best teachers on YouTube. They're not, you know, they teach because they want to teach, but some of them are crooks too. But you got to know the difference. And so I think YouTube is fantastic, and I'm on YouTube constantly. So you saw me take off my headsets and all this. I go to sleep with YouTube on, but I choose my teachers wisely. I listen to guys who hate each other. This may sound strange, but Peter Schiff hates Bitcoin. He's a good friend of mine. He's a gold guy. Then I listen to Michael Saylor and all these other guys who are Bitcoin guys. And so I just listen to the 2 points of view, because in between there is something I can take away. Mm-hmm. But I don't listen to just one side. That's why I said when I was in 9/11 or 9/13, I was in Istanbul talking to Muslims. I said, I want to find out about your religion. Because I was told what I was told as a Marine. Mm-hmm. You know, the Crusades and other infidels and all this crap that we're taught as Marines also. And I said, you guys are good people. They're good people. But then I listen to guys like Jordan Peterson and all that who are more in my channel, you know, my wavelength.
Yeah.
But the reason I said to young people, you're given the most powerful tool ever given to any generation. It's called that iPhone. Everybody want to call it. But you have to be careful how you use it. Be careful who you listen to. And that's all there is. I mean, you can use it to get really rich, or you can use it to get really stupid. And so everything's opposite. There's always two sides, there's three sides to every coin: heads, tails, and the edge of the coin. And I stand on the edge. I said, well, it's boom and bust and all this. So, you know, when Bitcoin went down to 3,000, I said, well, if it goes to zero, you know, I said, no, it went to 6. And I started buying. It hit 7. I backed up the truck. At 9, I put it in. So they said, well, is Bitcoin going to crash? I said, I don't give a shit. Because your profit is made when you buy and you make more money in a crash. And I use debt. So it's opposite of a 401k. We're on a depression right now. A recession is 2 quarters of declining growth.
Right.
But a depression is suboptimal growth. So you could have, let's say that your GDP should be 4%, but you're operating at 2%. That's a depression. People don't know history. Is that what happened on September 17th, 2019? There was a crash in the repo market. The average person has no idea what the repo market was. That what happened in 2021, so they pumped up. So the last time there was a crash in the repo market was 2008. So I'm sitting here in 2019, September 17th. It's like, my God, the repo market crashed. And then a few months later, COVID appears. I went, oh my God, here it is.
Can you tell us what the repo market is?
Repo market is, I call it the pawn shop. It's where people go in there and what happened at the repo market is the Fed starts pumping money into the commercial banks like Bank of America and those guys, Wells Fargo. So they started pumping money into the banks because the banks were empty. That's what happened when Lehman Brothers went down. They didn't have enough cash in them. But it's not even goes into the economy. It stays within the banking system. So what happens in a reverse repo, so 2008 was a repo, 2019 was a repo, and then what happened in 2021 was a reverse repo. The money started coming out of banks and going back to the Fed. Now the average guy, what does that mean? It means that the commercial banks don't trust their assets. Their assets are questionable. There's the valuation. Valuation is an opinion. Mm-hmm. This house is worth $10 million. Well, that's an opinion. So they started wondering what was the true valuation of their so-called assets. So the money started coming out of commercial banks like Bank of America and Wells Fargo, flowed back into the Fed because they'd rather have it at the Fed than in the marketplace. Depression is when more jobs are lost and they're going to have to print more money. Just as they did to prevent when Fauci, fascist Fauci shut down the U.S. economy, the whole world economy is shut down. How can they pay people not to work? America is now the largest debtor nation in history. Student loan debt is out of sight. Consumer loan debt is out of sight. Stock market is all based upon debt.
That's it for today, guys. If you found this video useful, then don't forget to like the video and share this knowledge with your friends and family. And don't forget to check out the full video, link is in the description. Thank you.